Hey guys, I wanted to get on here and to do my Magic Monday. Happy Magic Monday. And so I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Mine was pretty good. I went to the doctor. The doctor said my knee looks good and they're not really worried. I do have to do some teleworking a little bit longer, but just to make sure that that torn tendon does not like tear further and stuff like that. So, but yeah, everything's going good with my knee. So I felt like that was really good news. And so, I wanted to get on here and I want to show you my pumpkin ears. Like how cute are these that I made? Oh, let me scoot down. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember these ears, but I wore them before and they're technically like a coral color. And after all of my crafting this last week, I decided to make these pumpkin ears. I don't know if you guys play Disney Emoji Blitz, but there's this Minnie Mouse pumpkin emoji that I am in love with. If you know me at all, you know I love pumpkins. I think it's a Cinderella thing. I think it's a little bit of a Cinderella thing. I think it's also a little bit of just loving fall, and my birthday's in the fall, so I think that's part of the reason why I like it. But yeah, so I made these ears, and this ribbon is actually from Stampin' Up. It was like a lime green. It was like lemon lime twist, and I colored it with Old Olive blends to make it the right color. And I painted those leaves are from like the Dollar Tree, and I painted them with just some bright, like some mixed paint from the Dollar Tree. And to get like I wanted it like a bright green. I didn't want it too dark. Anyway, and so yeah, so I made my new ears. I mean, the ears were technically already made from Disney, but I wanted pumpkin ears like the ones on Disney Emoji Blitz. So anyway, so I did a lot of crafting. If you check out my page, you'll see I did this whole like fall, you know, crazy tree thing. I mean, anyway, it's just crazy. I can't believe I did all that stuff this weekend, and then I made these too. So anyway, so these are my pumpkin ears. So happy Magic Monday. Today I have a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or Mr. Toad inspired card because I just think it's fun. Well, I guess it would be Wild Ride really, but so anyway, so I think that's all I really had to tell you. I can't think of anything else other than it's Monday and it's a new week. Although early this morning I thought it was Friday already. So yeah, I thought it was Friday. I was at my doctor's appointment and they were like, well, I'll see you on Monday. And I was like, okay. He's all, I'll see you on Wednesday. And I said, no, I'll see you on Monday. And he's like, no, today's Monday. I had already thought it was Friday, but good times anyway. So anyway, well, I'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Oh, Jeanette. So, you know, Big Lots has some interesting things. I need to put the flash on. There we go. There we go. It adds just a little bit of brightness. A Minnie Mouse cookie jar, that'd be interesting to see because I don't really collect Minnie Mouse. I just love Minnie Mouse ears, but I do love the classic Minnie, you know, the one with the little hat. I put her in my kitchen. And so I have some towels and a little like, I have some towels and I have a little like some pot holders, and what else? I have just a couple things in there that are Minnie Mouse. Oh, I'm going to get like maybe a print so that I can put that on the wall of like Minnie Mouse, the classic Minnie, you know, where she has the little red hat and the blue dress. And she has a blue polka dot dress and a little red hat with the flower. That one's my favorite Minnie Mouse. Any of the old classic Minnie where she has the Pac-Man looking eyes, those ones tend to be my favorite. I don't know. I just like that design better. So anyway, if it's that kind of design, I'll have to message you and find out. If that's kind of design, maybe I'll have to go over to Big Lots and check it out. If it's the newer Minnie Mouse, I might pass. But so anyway, so we're using He's the Man paper because I love this paper. And you know what's so funny? I'm not Yeah, she might not have had the blue, but even just the design, you'll know what I mean. If you look up Minnie Mouse, like a vintage Minnie Mouse and then current Minnie Mouse, you'll see what I mean. And it's only because I like Minnie Mouse that I know the difference. Most people wouldn't even know the difference, Jeanette. So, and you guys know, I've shown you this paper before. It's funny because I'm not married or anything or have a boyfriend, but I don't know. Sometimes masculine papers really draw me in. I can't explain it. So I made the Mickey Mouse card, which you guys saw before, using this paper. I love this plaid on the back and this argyle. I love those types of prints. Excuse me. I need my water. We're going to be using this print today. And then this one is a fun print too. I was thinking I could do another type of print. I just have to think about it. I want to use this, but I'm not sure for what. I'll have to think on it. And let's see what's on the back of that. The back of that is kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in a little bit. You see, it's a black. Oh, the reception is really bad. There we go. It's black, and those lines are not gray like in the video. They're actually brown. They might even be Cajun craze. Actually, it looks gray in the video, but it's black and that has a gray. Oh, and then it comes with the sheets of cutouts, which are like some of my favorite things. I love these cutouts because they're they're very masculine. Obviously, some of them are very, dad award, you make me happy. I mean, that could be for anyone who likes beer, but, you're stronger than the colors are very masculine. But some of the phrases, I don't know, I don't feel like it's solely masculine, but I could see why it would be. My man, obviously. But it's a really fun set. And so I tend to, when I store it, in order to keep it from getting messed up, and that's 2 sheets of these are in here. In order to keep the pieces from getting messed up, I actually lay another of the large pieces over the top before I slide it back into my packaging. And that's just to make sure that those little tiny pieces stay, and also to make sure that they don't get bent up when I'm putting it back in the packaging. So that's a side note. So as you know, I love Halloween and I can never get enough of, oops, I dropped what I needed. It's right there. Hold on. Let me grab it. It's my little glue. Hold on. Okay, there we go. As you know, I love Halloween and I can't get enough of it. I'm always looking for it. So I got these stickers this weekend, which are so funny. So one of my favorite artists is named Karen Hallion, and that's Hallion. And she is just so funny. I love her Disney inspired cartoons, and that's how I started following her. But she made this this piece with her son, and it says human spice latte, and I just think that is hysterical. And I just loved this so much. I thought I'd get some stickers of it. I might have even gotten a t-shirt. I have to check. I know I had to get a different t-shirt, but I think I got a t-shirt of it. I just think it is so hysterical that it says human spice latte. Her son helped her design it, and she anyway, I just think she's funny, and so I love her artwork. Let's see, there we go. Put a little light on this situation. Oh, that's why. I was gonna say, why is it so dark? It's because I changed my setup, so you'll see less of my hands going back and forth across the video, because I moved everything to where I can reach it with my right hand over here, and my left hand is just for odds and ends, not necessarily things I need all the time. Whereas the other time I had it backwards. I don't know why I did that, but so anyway, so here's our card for today. When I saw this car, it made me think of Mr. Toad, and I don't know, I just think it's too funny. And so the motorcar, as they say it, like they have this really funny accent. I don't even know what kind of British accent it is, but he's in love with going fast, and then he gets arrested because he supposedly steals the car and really it was his trick, and this whole thing. And I just thought this was a fitting paper for Mr. Toad, James Thaddeus Toad. Wind in the Willows is the name of the book, and in Disney it's called Mr. Toad and Ichabod Crane, and they're connected with that headless horseman, and so, which is the legend of Sleepy Hollow if you look at the book. So I have used this set a few times, but this little frog had me inspired. I wanted to do something that was very Mr. Toad, and this is, if you can't tell, this is we used Best Witches on a bunch of things, but as you know, I love this stinking toad. This is Blackberry Bliss paper and Old Olive paper, and then this goes on the inside. So this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4 for my first layer. Then let me grab my ruler. You know, I often lose the papers when I write down the measurements. So I tend to measure on here, because sometimes I also do it too quickly. So this is actually 3 3/4, right? By 3 1/4. I like this layout, and you'll see why I like it in a minute. And then this piece here, this is the Argyle paper. So the back of the paper with the cars, I didn't show you, has this fun, like, it almost looks like tweed, you know, like when you turn over the, you know, when you're looking up close at a man's jacket, you know, how it has really large stitching. I mean, women's jackets can have it too, but it's a very common fabric. It's real thick, like a wool. And so I liked this layout because I just thought it was a fun layout. So this is the Argyle in the back. I've used this paper before when we did the camping paper, camping card. This is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I like this layout, which I don't use very often. As you guys know, sometimes I could kind of get stuck in a rut and just use the same layout over and over. I like having a full sheet of my designer series paper, you know, on a card. I just like it. It's just a common design, and it's a go-to. You can also cut a piece of paper across, like and the reason why I'm telling you this, so if you want to cover this line, sometimes these don't meet exactly, and so a trick is to cover it up with the piece of ribbon, or cut another piece of paper that's only like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch wide, and you can lay it across the top here to cover any uneven overlap on that little meetup of the lines. And so, oh, thanks, Jeanette. I thought it was fun. I don't know if a lot of people know about Mr. Toad, but I love that ride. It's one of my favorite rides at Disneyland. They don't have the ride at Disney World anymore. They still, I think, have one of the cars out for pictures, just like, you know, they have the teacups out for pictures. You know, they have one that's outside of the ride, so you can take photos in it. But they also have one of those Mr. Toad ones where it used to be. I think what's in its place now is like Winnie the Pooh or something else, like something that was more popular than Mr. Toad and Wind in the Willows, you know, replaced it. I'm trying to remember what ride. I want to say it was Winnie the Pooh. It might have been Peter Pan. No, I think it was Winnie the Pooh. But anyway, I just pay attention to those things. So slid that right off. Thank you. There we go. All right, yeah, make sure you comment, because remember, when you comment, I do a drawing. And actually, I should do that today. I meant to do that yesterday, and I got distracted. So you see, in this case, I got them to line up right away, but you see how this car is like halfway, and, you know, so you don't necessarily want it to be, you know, I'm getting tongue-tied. You don't necessarily want sometimes I managed to get both of my lines really nice, but sometimes when I've done this technique, the lines won't match right up, and you'll get like weird, like this is torn a little bit on this edge. I must have had not had a sharp enough blade when I cut it the first time. And so it's just a trick to add a little piece of paper or a ribbon, which is one of my favorite things. I love ribbon. I always feel like it adds a little fun something. And I'll tell you why I used this gray ribbon in a minute, because you'll see once I get the color coordination of the frog. I basically designed the frog first, and had this paper, and then I did all the green and the browns and everything after, because I just wasn't sure how I wanted it to go. So, okay. I hope you guys check out I haven't heard from the office about whether I won the fall decorating contest. If you guys check out my page, you can see how I decorated my front porch, and it was so fun. Anyway, I just love how I did it. Hopefully I win. If not, it's okay. I actually like the challenge. Just like I like the challenge of my little ears. So this is the inside of the card. Oh, this is the perfect example. You see, if I had just used this, if I didn't have ribbon, I could have used this little piece here to cover up that overlap, and it just adds a little extra texture. And you know, if you didn't have the ribbon, I'm going to use this little scrap that I have here. I'm going to put it inside the inside of my card on the bottom. I like to put the white inserts inside. You don't have to. I just kind of like it. I just feel like it makes the card a little more finished. So that's my inside. I put the glue away, but I'm not done gluing. Oh, I'll glue these on in a second. So now we have our, oh, I don't need to wait. Let me just do it now. Because the coloring will take a second. It's not too much coloring. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. It took me a little time to figure out the coloring, only because I had to try on my extra piece. You'll see on my scrap, I'll show you how I try out different colors to decide what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is a nice inside. Look how that little strip just adds a little fun inside to the card. And this is going to go on the outside, and I can glue this down because there's nothing else. Now that I have my ribbon on, let me make sure that's straight. It is straight. Okay. So, yeah. I love Mr. Toad. I loved that ride. I thought it was the most fun ride in Disneyland. I go on it every time I go to Disneyland. I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time. It's been like at least 6-7 years, but I love that ride. You know, even babies can ride that ride because it's just a very simple ride. It's just on a track and you're just in a little car. But oh, it's so fun to me. In my mind, it's a super fun ride. I don't know. I just love how fun it is. So the car, Mr. Toad falls in love with fast things. In the beginning, he's in love with this like fast horse and carriage. It's a yellow buggy. It actually is very much like the buggy they have in Jane Austen's, like with Weatherby. You know, he has a bright yellow one, and he rides all over town and she falls in love with him. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of funny that it was bright yellow like that. But anyway, so he falls in love with this horse and buggy that's super fast and smooth. And then all of a sudden he sees the motor car. It's a terrible accent, but. And he goes into a mania whenever he sees something fast that he wants to, to drive. And so eventually it's planes and stuff. And so look how fun. So like, even though technically motorcycles and the modern cars aren't in the movie, I still thought it was fun, especially because this was in the movie. I thought that was a fun little play on it. So I already have some frogs stamped because here's my sample. I was going to show you guys. So you see, I try out all these different colors before I actually start to, I try out all these different colors before I actually make my permanent one that I put on the card. And the punch that I'm using here is a 1-inch punch. Now this punch is from EK Success. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this frog because I can punch it out. It's just a 1-inch punch. We used to have a 1-inch punch. And so some people might still have the 1-inch punches. If not, you can also use, I'm pretty sure that we have a little punch, a circle about 1 inch in the circle dies that I've shown you guys before. So what I did for Mr. Toad's body is he wears these gray pants. So I'm using the dark gray granite for his pants, for his legs, for his back legs, just the back legs. Okay. And then he has always has a jacket on, and he always has a jacket on and like a vest, you know, a waistcoat. And so let me turn this. My eyes are okay. So let me get this. I'm gonna do his arm. His hands are like a skin color. And so I just took the, what is this? Dark Blackberry Bliss. And I just gave him a little bit of a jacket. Now, it doesn't look good yet. And you'll see it'll look better when I start. And this is light old olive. And so I had to color my frog first to see if it was even possible to make the frog before I could do anything else. And his eyes, his body is like, his body's actually like a brown gray. So I'm just using the soft suede as his eyes, his head, the back of his head and everything is a funny color. And then for his skin, he doesn't have like a traditional skin tone. He has it looks like Caucasian almost, but so this is 900 and this is 700. Yeah, because I wanted it to be a little different, and so you do the 900 first. Yeah, do the 900 first and then do the 700. And you'll see, I'll fix this little line here in a minute. Because his skin is not really like a Caucasian. It's funny. It's like a funny color. But there we go. I think that's closer to the movie. And so what I did, oh, let me do his hands real quick. And his hand, it's funny, he has all these like human features, but he's like hands and everything. I don't know, it's just funny. And so I went ahead and gave him the hand color and everything. But then as I'll hold it up to you so you can see. So when I did it like this, I was about to give up because I'm like, it just doesn't look right. It feels weird. Like it just doesn't feel like it's finished, you know? Because the lines aren't defined. I don't know. I just felt like the lines needed something. And so I took my Stampin' Up marker, my black Stampin' Up marker, and found that if I just take the bullet point and draw some black lines down the vest here, and I actually added some little dots so it looked like a vest a little bit more. Now it looks better. So let me hold that up close there. And just that tiny bit of marker changes the game, makes it look like it was already printed. So now it looks like a more finished like outfit kind of thing. And I added the little buttons on his chest. I actually think those should be a tiny bit bigger. I want him to look intentional. There we go. And so on his little waistcoat. And then I realized he needed these. I'm so silly, but let me get my tweezers because I'm going to need my tweezers. Oh, there's a spider on my, there's a spider on my table. I hate spiders. Okay, I think I got it. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. Oh, it's gonna come up somewhere. It's small, but still, I hate spiders. It's gonna crawl out somewhere. Okay, so anyway, at one point, I realized I needed a little, like he needed like a little collar. And so I cut just the corner of a little white piece of cardstock to give this little collar look. This, I think, is the right size. Not that one. Okay, so let me get another. I have another little piece of white. I'll use this one here. There we go. Oops, that's a little too big. Dang it. Let me get the tweezers and just see if I can trim it. There we go. They're closer in math. And so I just cut a little corner of a paper, of a white piece of paper. It's just a corner. And take my glue. And I'm going to take my little tweezers. These are the wrong ones. And you see when I add the little collar, it's like just the right. This one's still a little too big. It'll work. It just feels a little too large. It'll be fine. Okay, so yeah. So you just squeeze a, oh, I squeezed a lot. I squeezed a lot of glue out the top there. Oh, it went back in. Okay. You just want to put a tiny bit of glue on the back. You can use a glue dot too. And I'm just putting his little collar on. Yeah, this collar is way too big. It's like his whole body. That's not going to work. Let me do another corner. Come on. It was so easy the first time I did it. Okay, I think those are closer in size, sorta. There we go. It's funny how the first time you do something, it's like totally works. Okay, this one is a little too long, so I trimmed it just a tiny bit less. There we go. All right, so all I'm gonna do is put the collar. I know it's silly that I even put this much detail on it, but it's so sweet when it looks, when it's done. All right, done for that side. And we put a little bit of glue on this side. And you just got to make sure you know how you're going to place your collar before you put your glue on, just because it's going to dry. You're only putting the tiniest amount on there. So, oh my gosh, so cute. Yeah, there we go. So there's my Mr. Toad. So cute. The little collar changed it, made it so much better. Oh, there it is. I got it. Oh, good, I got it. I hate spiders, you guys. I hate them. It was a small one, so it was easy to kill, but oh, I just hate spiders. I know they're good for the environment. I know, don't write my name to PETA. I just hate spiders. You know, my mom had a fear of spiders, so I wonder if she just passed it on to me. Okay, so here's my toad. How cute is he? He is so cute. Look at his little collar. It's like so sweet. that little tiny collar like adds the tiniest bit of like, I don't know, to me it makes him so much cuter once I added that tiny collar at the top. And so that's why you don't want the collar too big, because see how the collar almost fades out over here on the left side, or that's your right side. It's because the collar can, if it's a little too big or in the wrong size, it'll look a little funny. Okay, so now we can go back to our card. And I had the hardest time figuring out where I was going to place this sweet little frog. I even had put it back on him, you know, and thought, oh, I'll put him here or I'll put him here. Well, that could have been a cute layout too. I could have had him like, had it like this. But I don't know. To me, I just felt like, I don't know. I just think it, and having that as the center, I guess that would work too, actually. Having it in the center there works too. Let me put the other one and you guys can tell me which one you like best. So I have this one here where it's in the corner, and this one where he's front and center along with the, I kind of like this one. I think I'm going to try this one. And so here's the other option. And here's one. So this circle is 1 1/4 inch. So it's a tiny bit bigger than this one. I got this one from Amazon. We used to sell a 1-inch punch and a 1 1/4 and all that. The 1 1/4 inch punch I put away already. So you can get some of these on Amazon still. It's pretty easy to find circular punches, or you can buy our dies that I've shown you guys before. Actually, I think having him in the center makes it even better. And I might even pop him up on dimensionals. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop him up on dimensionals. We'll see. Let me see what I think in a minute. I like him in the center there. It makes him more prominent, as opposed to this one where the car is more prominent, you know? And it actually reminds me a little bit of how he has all these portraits of himself all over his little mansion. I just watched that movie because I always watch Ichabod Crane for Halloween. I watch it every year. Oh, I didn't even stamp my frog because I had it already. I've kept it out all this time thinking I was going to need it. Hope your date is a grand adventure. And that's all he is about. He's just about adventure. And that's why he goes broke, basically, because he's spending all the money on, like, just nothing. Whoops, just having a good time because he's a bachelor, you know. There we go. Very British, you know, bachelor deal. So how cute is he? He's so cute. I'm going to put him center on this one. I think I like this better, having him straight in the center. I usually like off-center images, and I think that's why I was having trouble yesterday when I was making this, because I wanted him off-center, but nothing worked when I placed him all over. You know, I placed him here and I had the grand adventure here, but then I covered up so much of the paper and I just didn't really want to cover up all this cute paper. And so I had him down here and then I had that up here, but again, it was covering up so much of this really cute paper and I just didn't want that. So now I'm going to place him, I'm going to make him on, put him on dimensionals and put him in the center of the card. I think he looks the best. So cute. How fun is this card? It's even better this second time. It's funny how you'll, okay, I can't do it upside down. Sometimes I can for you guys, but sometimes I cannot do it. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. There we go. There we go. So there's our card. Which one do you guys like best? Do you like this one, the right or the left one? You guys can comment. I think he's still a little to the side, I think. Maybe not. Let me see. No, he's centered. It's just a trick of the light. So fun. So that's our card. In 30 minutes. And I did quite a bit of yammering, so really it was only like a 15-minute card. But, but you also would have to cut the paper. But, so, yeah. You like the left too, Pat? Yeah. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to like the left. I think he just looks more regal and like this card is about Toad. I think I'm going to move him a little bit. I'm going to move him a little bit down. I think that's what's the problem is. I just want him a little bit further down. Oh, you know what? He was centered from left and right, but he wasn't centered from top to bottom. And then I get a little bit more of this car here to match that car. I'm just covering up the motorcycle. So cute. He's so cute. I don't know how I come up with these crazy ideas. Like, so. Okay, so I'm going to take off my ears to show you my ears down close in the video here. So if you can see, I painted the leaves. They're from the Dollar Tree, just like I bought a vine that had these little pumpkin-y type maple leaves. And I painted it and added glitter. I added white glue, our actual monoliquid glue, and added glitter. And then this ribbon here is actually hot glued down. It's not a curling ribbon, but I thought the ruffles were so cute on it. We have some ribbon like this right now that's red, but we used to have it in lemon lime twist for anyone who has been a demonstrator or a customer for a while. So all I did was I colored this ribbon with dark old olive. And I tried out, like I took a little clip of the ribbon and I set it out on the side. I wonder if it's still here. I might even still have it. I like tried out different colors because I was like, I'm going to make this work. I want to make my own cute pumpkin ears. I want to make it look cute. Maybe I put them somewhere else. I had them in a little, oh, you know where it is? I had a little sample and I just thought, it's funny, I just really wanted those pumpkin ribbon. Oh, there's some scraps. I think I did throw away the scrap maybe. Yeah, I did. The one that I had colored all the different, I had tried shaded spruce on it. I had tried a couple different colors, even parakeet party, you know, some different things, but I really wanted it to match the leaves. So yeah, how cute are my little pumpkin ears? So cute. I think they look like pumpkin ears. Like, I mean, they don't have the little lines, but I think you can tell that they're probably a pumpkin. So, and it's a coral. Technically this is like a shiny coral, but it's very pumpkin-y. So yeah, so cute. Anyway, so I had to show off my ears again. So proud of them. I don't really make ears. I usually just adapt ears so that they're cute to match what I want. So, well, thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. I really appreciate it. This frog is from the Best Witches. So look, I even expanded it beyond Halloween, which is a little hard because witches, I don't know what else I could make this little girl other than a witch, you know? I think, but the frog, he's so cute. I definitely need to stamp him on some envelopes. I think I'll do that right now. So, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate your support and your kindness and your comments. And you guys are always just so awesome. I'm so grateful to have you guys follow me and just listen to me ramble for 30 minutes. So, all right, have a great day. Thanks.